Hello, everybody. It is Wind Down Wednesday. Today is January 10th. So excited for tonight's topic. Go ahead and grab what you need to get comfortable and cozy this Wednesday evening, and I'll see you back here in about 30 seconds. All right, everybody. So excited to hang out with you all this evening. Hope everybody is staying safe and warm during all of this weather. I know my own kids were really hoping for a snow day yesterday. Didn't get one, but that's okay. I think it's difficult. I think a lot of us, right, as we ease back in to the swing of things for, you know, after winter break, um, it takes a minute, doesn't it? It takes a minute for our students. It takes a minute for our own kids, and definitely for us as well. So I wanted to kind of start with a few quick announcements. We have the incredible Family Information Series, or BPAC Family Information Series. All of the new sessions for spring have been announced. So if you go onto our IRC webpage and you click on, I think it's called Professional Learning, or maybe it's Events, and then you scroll down to the Family Information Series tab, it has all of the topics, the dates, the times, the language. And I just want to highlight those because I know it's a topic that a lot of us are hungry for resources about, and it's for students with IEPs. So this is a really great set of flyers to share with your student services teams and administrators and coordinators. Because again, like I know a lot of us have had conversations about breaking down the silos between student services and our multilingual department, but there's, definitely an overlap for certain students and families. So we do want to make sure that we're providing information that's really important to our families. So you can find that on our website, and then make sure you're sharing that with your leadership teams in your districts. So that is there. I also want to give a plug for two upcoming events. So they're not IRC events, but I want you to know about them because they're great. They're both next month. So the first one is ITB. So it's like Illinois TESOL, right? And they have their annual like in-person convention. And it's like, I think it's February 23rd and February 24th. It's whatever that Friday and Saturday is. And they've got great topics, really great keynote speakers. I'm really excited about the keynote speaker for Friday. You don't want to miss it. I'm really excited. I will be there on Friday, and I have a session, and I don't remember what time. It's in the morning, but I would love to see y'all there. See if you can, get permission to go. I unfortunately cannot go on Saturday because we're celebrating my son's birthday that weekend. So that is an upcoming event. So again, if you just type in like ITB, I want to say it's like itb.org is their website, but I will double check and I will link it. But it's a great opportunity again for like networking and new instructional strategies and just great professional learning. The other event that I want to mention here is IdeaCon. Now, you might be like, Carly, isn't that like an ed tech conference? I will say yes and also no. I think historically, right, it has been, but there's just so many really great topics and sessions that really span like outside of just technology. There's a lot of really good sessions coming up. I've been poking around at like the schedule. It looks phenomenal. So I will say I will be there on Monday, February 19th and Tuesday, February 20th. But it goes on the following day, Wednesday, February 21st. And I want to say there's even sessions on Sunday, the 18th. I might be wrong, but again, you can find all of that information online, but definitely a great conference. It's really interactive. It's just really cool. If you've never been to IdeaCon, I would encourage you to check it out. And then let's hang out. If you're there on Monday or Tuesday, let's hang out. So again, two really great opportunities for some upcoming professional learning. I'm super excited about those. So I hope to see you there. For tonight's topic, we are going to be talking about something called a hashtag EduListers Challenge. Now, this is something that has been on my heart for like a few years now. So back in, I don't even know what year, y'all. It was like 2015-ish, 2016-ish, maybe. I don't even know when. But this is an activity that I did for myself, for my own like mental health and wellness and creativity. And I loved it so, so much. Have y'all heard of like happy planners? I don't even have mine in here. But happy planners, like it's a type of planner and they come with like all types of accessories like stickers and stuff like that. And you can, plan yourself out and then like decorate your week. And I love doing that. So this is kind of reminds me of that in the sense that like there's an element of like writing and maybe some reflecting. And then there's like the decoration, like the creativity piece behind it as well. So I love it. So if you are a person that loves like pens and highlighters and like markers and stickers and washi tape, this is for you. If you are someone who likes to make lists, this is for you. I love to make lists. And that's how I get through like all of my days. I love I love Post-its. I'm a Post-it queen. And I really love the ones that have the lines on them. And I will make little check boxes for my to-do list for the day. And I love being able to check things off my list so much so that like, if I do something, if I accomplish something that wasn't even on my list and I'm done with it, I will write it down with a box so that I can check it off and like give myself credit. So if you are someone who also likes to make lists, this is for you. So I want to share with you. So this is my goal and hopefully I can stick to it. Every month I'm challenging myself to do this. I'm going to have 25 different prompts. So this is for you. And this is also a great, easy thing for students to do also. You might do it with your students, like at the same time. This could be really fun. So let me show you how I have mine set up. So I got a notebook and I love the notebooks that have like the little, like, what are these called? The rings? I don't know what they're called. Somebody knows what they're called. But you just make a list. And then after you make a list based on a theme or a topic, then you decorate it. And I love this so much because it can be as long or as short as you want it to be, like you are in control, right? But then after like, a few weeks, you've got this beautiful collection of like creativity, right? And so like, this is one of the first prompts for January. And it was listed as like things I did today. So really simple, easy, accessible topic, no matter who you are, right? No matter how old you are, no matter what your job is, you can make a list, right? So what I love about this is that it gets some creativity going, it gets some reflection going. And this is a great way for us to incorporate writing with our students in a very low stakes, very approachable way, right? And it feels fun and it feels engaging and it feels different than what they're asked to do. Now, you might even say like, Carly, I see all your 25 prompts there for January. Cool. That's great. But I want my students to create lists about the content like that we're studying. Great. Go ahead and make like a quick like topic theme for that. And then I'll also say, like, because some of the prompts are like reflection-ish prompts, this is a great way to capture some journaling like opportunities, but doing it in a list format. Sometimes making a list feels more approachable to our students, because if we're saying, like, I want you to write a paragraph, hearing those words might trigger some feelings for our students, especially those who might have some like hesitancy or reluctancy towards writing. This is a great way to build confidence and stamina as writers. And again, this is a great, like, anybody could do this, no matter what your role is in education. I think this is a really great thing to do with students. Now you might say, like, okay, when would I do this, Carly? Like, when in my block of time with students, it's very limited, right? I only have this much time with my students. You might say, okay, this is great, like as a bell ringer or like a warm-up activity. And I'll show you in just a second. I have a video for you where you can display it on your screen as a slide deck. And I'll show you, I'll walk you through all of that in just a moment and where to find that on the blog. But this is a great way to get kids like in the writing zone. So if you have like a pullout group, or like for the morning, if you're a classroom teacher and you're looking for, you know, a different way to get kids going, you could do this in the mornings. Or this could be an activity on like a choice board for early finishers. So if they get through all of their tasks for, you know, their work time, maybe this is something that they do or that they have available to do at the very end. So let me go ahead and roll this quick video, because I do want you to see where to find all of it, and then how I set it up in a way that's like student friendly. So if you were going to do this with students, how would you set it up? So I'm going to go ahead and roll that video. Hey everybody, I wanted to spend a few minutes just kind of walking through the EduListers Challenge and show you how to participate either for yourself as an educator or leader or human being, or for your students. So this is found on my blog. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to see where I got the inspiration behind this idea. This is an activity that I used to do for myself. I don't know how many years ago, but I found such joy in it, and I really, really loved it. And so this has been on my heart for a long time to do this, but with an educator lens behind it. And so I officially launched it, and the January prompts are up on the blog. So if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the full list of 25. And so one of my goals is to have 25 prompts each month that you can use for yourself or for your students. So the full list is there. So if you wanted to just use this for you, they're all here for you. And they're listed as 1 through 25, but of course, do it in whatever order makes sense for you, or you can just freestyle and make up your own prompts or repeat the prompts you really like. But if you wanted to use this with your students, this is where I want you to click. It says Google Slides version of these prompts. So once you go there, it's going to take you to this slide deck, and it's got a link back to the blog post. It's got the hashtag for you, and then you'll just notice I hop right in to the list. So what I want to point out about this is, so if I went back on over, let me see if I can click. Okay. So you see, like, the first prompt says just things I did today. So you just make a list of the things you did today. I also wanted to make sure that I included like kind of variations of how to express the same idea using different words. And I do this for a few different reasons, because sometimes if I just word things just a little bit differently, it can help and aid in the understanding of what this is asking for. So I think this is really positive for multilingual learners especially, but really for everybody, because if I were to just change from things I did today to tasks I completed today, or things I accomplished today, small things I've done today, big things I finished today, I am changing up some of the vocabulary that I'm using. So this is positive in the sense that it can stretch the vocabulary of our students, or it can give them, like, if I'm not sure what accomplished means, I do know the word complete. So now I have that knowledge, right? So I might even choose to employ this one at the top, things I accomplished today, instead of this original prompt. So I love that just as an instructional strategy. But you'll notice I did that for every single prompt. So if you were to use this in your classroom as like a bell ringer, or something to do for early finishers, something like that, you could just have this slide deck up. And what you could also do too, and I'll talk more about this when I do my live, is I could set up like a little bank. Maybe they have two choices. Maybe I put up this prompt next to this prompt, and students can choose which one to complete. So all of those are there. You'll notice a few have like different backgrounds and stuff like that, but all of the prompts are there for you. And I just thought this was an easy way for us to invite our students to participate in this type of challenge. But again, if you just wanted it for you, all the prompts are here listed. So I will continue to update this as the months go on. Again, this is my my goal for myself for the year. And if you participate, I would love if you could post your pictures on Twitter, Instagram, whatever your favorite social media platform is, and include the hashtag EduListers. And that way we can all kind of get inspiration from each other, and we could just kind of share out. And I loved when Corey, aka the Reset Girl, did this. I was on Instagram a whole lot during that time. And so I loved like posting mine and then seeing how other people took the same prompt and did something just crazy different. And it was so cool to see the way people played with color and washi tape and their doodles and stuff like that. So it just became a really positive, creative outlet for me. I would not post any student prompts, like any student responses, just for privacy and trust and all of those things. So again, the hashtag should only include educators' posts and not the students. But I would love, love, love to see us kind of grow our own network of EduListers. So all of the prompts are here. If you have any feedback or anything, you can always enter comments or just contact me on social media or my email. I'm always down to chat. So thank you so much. All right. So hopefully that gives you just a little bit of background of like where to find it, how to use it with your students. And again, I loved just having it in a slide deck format with all the prompts written in a few different ways to stretch everyone's language, but also just explaining it a little different. Again, that's a great instructional strategy anyway, but I personally love it. And so I wanted to share, so I showed you a few of my like samples, right? After I kind of would choose the prompt I wanted to use, I would choose the colors that I wanted to kind of play with. And then after I was done, I felt like I got it all out. Then I would go ahead and decorate with some washi tape or some stickers, whatever I have on hand. I went ahead and I ordered, I used to have, you guys, like a gazillion pieces of washi tape, like just a whole bunch. But I got a huge set on Amazon. I don't know how many are in this, but it was like $10. So I was like, oh, that's good. And it's just nice. Like it gives some more color to the page and allows, I don't know. I like playing with color. Maybe you don't know that about me, but I do. I love playing with color. Color elevates my moods all the time. And then like we're teachers, right? Like we're crazy about what pens we use and stuff like that. I love, love, love the Mr. Sketch scented sticks. They're like a skinny Mr. Sketch. Like I know a lot of us use the thick Mr. Sketch for like our anchor charts and stuff, but they make the little mini ones. And I have loved these for years. These are like my number one. But I also love, like I keep a cute little pencil case full of different pens, like Flair pens, I think are always a winner. I also got these ones. They're Le Pen. Let's see. There you go. So, but I really like how these write. There's just like a nice fine, a fine tip. But anyway, like, this is a great way to pull out all of our favorite writing utensils. And again, the washi tape is there. And then the notebook. So the notebook could be anything. You could even just do this on like a Post-it format. Sometimes when we give students smaller pieces of paper, it feels less intimidating, and it can help to build confidence too. Like if you have a student who's a reluctant writer, or struggles with like task initiation, I would start small and start with like a small piece of paper, just in general, even if you don't do this challenge with students. Just to help them feel that sense of accomplishment, like I filled the page or I filled the space. And then after a few successful moments, like in a row, then you can go ahead and move on to bigger pieces of paper. And again, like depending on the student and their needs and stuff, this is like kind of a small thing. So it looks like a small piece of paper, but they actually do have to generate a lot, right, in order to like fill the page. But again, that's kind of a separate thing. I wanted to share a few student samples. Now, again, when I mentioned in the video that I just shared, I wouldn't post any student work, any student samples on the interwebs, just for student privacy. But I have permission from this student. So I wanted to share what this student came up with based on a few of the prompts in the challenge. So they selected the prompt about their favorite colors. So they went ahead and listed those all out. And then they found some stickers that kind of go along with each color. I was like, oh, I really like that. Kids love talking about their favorite songs. So I might have a few, like, what do you call it? A few prompts that repeat on certain months, because kids love music, right? They love listening to music and writing up about their favorite songs and stuff. So that might be one that stays on each month. Favorite snacks, right? And I loved, you can see, right, the mistake here, but I love it because if you're writing in marker, right, there's no erase. But that's a beautiful way that we language, right? That's a natural part of languaging. So anyway, a few student samples. I think any notebook is fine. I just personally prefer the ones that have like the spirals, just for my own sake. But you can also use those like composition books and then take them to Home Depot and cut them in half. That way you're like stretching your dollar again. And kids like tiny things, so it might feel a little special. And then you can just grab one of these like binder clips, and then like that way it keeps them organized, right? So many possibilities with doing these types of lists. I think this could just be a really fun way to get kids writing, building up their writing stamina, building up their writing confidence. They're doing all this reflecting, and it's in a list format. Great way to incorporate writing in sneaky little ways, little pockets of time. And it just feels fun. So I hope that you will join me within this challenge. You can just post anytime and use that hashtag EduListers. And then we can all just kind of make lists and write and create and play with color and all of those things. But I will go ahead and stop here for the night. And I would love to hear any thoughts, ideas, feedback of how you might play with this idea. How might you incorporate this idea? What prompts, what prompt ideas do you have? I'm already starting to work on my February list, and that'll just go live on my blog probably the end of January, just so it's ready to go. But thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with me tonight. And I hope you have a great